Vertical angles. What is the angle that is vertical to the 70-degree angle? Vertical angles are formed by what, Juan?
I'm just stretching.
Don't get nervous. You're just stretching. When I intersect lines, I get vertical angles, right? Look at your definitions. I gave them to you. You have them there. You can look them up. Here we have vertical angles and supplementary angles. Angle A is vertical to which angle? Therefore, angle A must be 70 degrees. Go from there. Now you have supplementary angles, don't you? What angle is supplementary to angle B? Angle A. B is, and so is C. Supplementary angles add up to what number? 180 degrees. So if you know one is 70, the other one has to be 110. Go from there. Okay, you have all your information. So we already figured these out. We have the measure of angle A is 70 degrees, B is 110, and C is 110. We know that. What information are we given in the second problem for D? Okay, two things. You have 53 degrees. What is the other angle I've indicated in there? Mike? It's a right angle, which adds up to 90 degrees, okay? What's left? Somebody just gave me the answer. 37 degrees, right? Why 37 degrees, Jamie? Carrie? 37 and 53 equals 90. The middle angle is 90. And why do they all have to add up to 180? Because it's a, Veronica? What is this angle called here? Straight angle. And a straight angle adds up to 180. Okay, you think in a couple of minutes you can figure out the rest of them? Is E, F, and G a bit confusing? How many right angles do you see in that bottom? Like there are 2 right angles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you want some prompting on this one? Question? Carrie, what? Which ones are the right angles? Okay, I have a right angle here. This angle right here is a right angle. And this angle here, I should have used colored chalk. This angle here is a right angle. Okay? So work backwards. If this angle here is a right angle and this is 30 degrees, what does G have to be? G has to be 60. Okay? If this angle is also a right angle in here, and this is 30, what does F have to be? 60. And what's left then for angle E?
30.
They all have to add up to... Okay, so if we have a 60-degree angle, and this... If this angle is a right angle, what about this on the other side? That also has to be a right angle, doesn't it? Because 90 plus 90 is 180. So what we have left for E is another 30-degree angle. And there's one more left. Only one right angle in that one and a couple of supplementary. Did you get them, Chris?
Yeah.
What did you get for angle H?
30 degrees.
Okay, angle H would have to be 30 degrees, which makes angle J 30 degrees, which makes angle I 150 degrees. Why does angle I have to be 150? What's the vertical angle on the other side? What do we have here? Plus is 150, therefore 150. Okay. Understand those? Good. Let's get out the worksheet that I gave you earlier in the week and make sure we understand complementary, supplementary, and angle measurements. Crystal. I did not give out a worksheet yesterday. No, we went to the computer lab. You didn't miss anything. Okay, does everybody have worksheet 103?
Yep.
You didn't get worksheet 103? Yes, you do. Right there. You got it. I don't know if you had a chance to finish it, but if you didn't, I'll give you a chance. Okay, we'll give you a chance to finish it in class today. Okay, what is the complement of an angle of 38 degrees? Tracy? If you didn't get a chance to do it now. Complementary angles add up to what, Tracy? Relax. Give Tracy a chance. Look up at the top. Definition right here. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. So if I have an angle of 38 degrees... Thank you, Tracy. If I have an angle of 38 degrees, what's 90 minus 38? 52. So the complement would be 52 degrees, right? What's the complement of an angle of 7 degrees? 83. The complement of an angle of 84, Lindsay, would be... You sure about your arithmetic on that one? 6 degrees. Alba, number 4. Number 5. Joey?
33.
Sure about that? Claudia? 23. Gotta be careful with arithmetic. Number 6. Jamie?
61.
Good. Number 7. Veronica? 37. Number 8. Crystal? 44 is good. Number 9, that's a tough one. Meryl?
89.
All right. Number 10. Ho?
38.
Is there an angle on the page that is complementary to angle 10? Is there another one on that page that was complementary to that angle? Julie? Number 1. Number 1 and number 10 are complementary. How about number 11? That's another tough one. Mike? How much? 45. Good. And number 12? Somebody that hasn't answered yet? Juan? 17 degrees. Okay. What about these supplementary angles? They have to add up to what? 180, right? Okay. Eric, what did you get for number 13?
178.
178. Good. Who hasn't answered yet? Josue, did you do number 14?
No.
Okay. John Bolt, number 14? 79. Okay. Michelle, number 15? 88. If you haven't had a chance to do them, you can do them right now. Number 16. Danielle. Check your arithmetic. Okay, it's 180 minus 82, carry, 98 degrees. Number 17. Who hasn't answered yet? Angelica, did you do number 17? Am I picking on you, dear? I'm sorry. 165. Perfect. Number 18. Patricia. Number 18. 145 is a little high. 45. That'll work. Number 19. Alba. 136. Number 20. Arhelia. 31. Number 21. John. 12 degrees. Number 22. Do we get everybody? Mike.
6 degrees.
6 degrees. Carlos, number 23.
121.
121. And last but not least, a real tough one. Go ahead, Merrill. 1 degree. All right. Did we do the angle measures on the back?
Well, I did.
Except that one. I'll go over that one. Some people had trouble with that. Okay, first of all, before you find the measure of each angle, tell me, is angle 1 acute, obtuse, right, straight? What kind of an angle is it, Julie?
Acute.
It's an acute angle. I measured it at 14 degrees. How many people got 14 degrees plus or minus a couple? Because I know you're protractors. Anybody off by more than 2 or 3 degrees on that? Okay. Number 2, is that right, acute, obtuse? Carlos? It's also an acute angle. I measured it at 41 degrees. How many people got somewhere around there? 41 plus or minus? 47? Your protractor is a little more inaccurate than mine are. Okay, I know you don't like these protractors, but you use these because I want everybody to use the same one. Number 3, what kind of an angle? Obtuse. And I measured it at 154 degrees.
55.
Right around. You know I'm going to give you plus or minus 5 degrees on a quiz, so don't worry about it. What is the complement of a 40-degree angle? Carlos? Would be 50 degrees. What is the complement of an 83-degree angle? Alba? 7 degrees. Jamie, what about the complement of a 16-degree angle?
74.
74, okay. The supplement of a 75-degree angle? Ho?
105.
Supplement of a 130-degree angle? Joey? Veronica? And the supplement of a 5-degree angle? Danielle? 175. Very good. Let me put the diagram up from the last 3 problems, and we'll go over congruency. First of all, this symbol, an equal sign with a little squiggle over the top, means congruent. Identically equal to. How many of you remember that symbol and that word from 7th grade? You should have gone over it. Good. What this is saying, and I'll try to draw as accurately as I can. I have a triangle here. I have another triangle here. And these triangles are labeled A, B, C, N, P, and M. And they are congruent. The symbol for triangle is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MNP. What is that telling me? That they are congruent. What does that mean? Carrie? They are exactly the same triangles. They don't look the same, do they? But what can I do to the bottom triangle? I can flip it over, can't I? If I had a mirror right here, and I just flip that triangle over the mirror, triangle MNP would fit exactly on ABC. So, angle A would be congruent to which angle in the bottom triangle? Veronica? Angle M. Line segment
NP.
would be congruent with which line segment in the the bottom triangle? Carrie? NP. Remember the symbol for line segment. Okay, Carlos, angle C would be congruent to which angle? Would be congruent to angle P. And the last line segment I think they give us is AC. Is going to be congruent with, Joey? MP. Line segment. Okay, everybody got that? No problems?
Nope.
All right, I'm going to give you out your worksheet based on these kind of angles and let you get started on it. You will not need a protractor. This is going to be by observation, just like the warm-up. All right, X-tree. Okay, when you get the worksheet, let's look at the example on the top. These are very similar. You didn't get one? We need two more, okay? All right, look at the examples on the top. Similar to your warm-up, look at the figure on the right and find the measure of each angle. If angle 3 is 120 degrees, and angle 3 and angle 1 are vertical, what must angle 1 be equal to? 120 degrees. What can you tell me about angles 2 and 3?
They're vertical.
2 and 3 are not vertical. 1 and 3 are vertical. 2 and 4 are vertical. 2 and 3 are supplementary. So if 3 is 120, what must 2 be equal to? 60. If 2 is 60, what must 4 be equal to?
60.
Okay. All the rest are done the same way. Any questions? I'm curious to see, when you get down to number 37 and 38, you're going to have to think a little bit. Curious to see what you can come up with on those. You do not need a protractor. This is all by observation. Check your arithmetic. Okay, 7 is 18. That makes 5 18, right? What do 5 and 6 have to add up to? 180. So 180 minus 18 would be how much?
90.
Oh, no. Just try your subtraction. Okay? Check your arithmetic here. You're right. 5 is 18 degrees. 5 and 6 must add up to what?
180.
18 plus 178. Does that give you 180? Ah. Be careful with arithmetic, ladies and gentlemen.
Just right beside you.
18, 162, 180. Perfect. Okay. 18. You're right. It has to be 18 degrees. What do these 5 and 6 must add up to what number?
180.
Ah. So if one is 18, what is the other one going to be? 180, take away 18. Do it. You can do it down here. Did you use subtraction? Don't be afraid to have to do subtraction by hand.
A straight line.
You sure about this?
Minus 13.
180 minus 18.
Is only 62? Well, I'd love to do business with you. Okay. Number 8. Okay. Angle 7 is 18 degrees. Okay. What does angle 5 have to be?
18 degrees.
That's right. Okay. And if angle 5 is 18, what does angles 5 and 6 must add up to? So if one's 18, what does the other one have to be? What's left? 180 minus 18. Do it. You can do subtraction here. Okay. You're right, Sophie. Well, but 6 and 8 are what kind of angles?
Oh, vertical.
And vertical angles are? No. Yeah, no, vertical angles are equal. So if 6 is 162, 8 must also be 162. Vertical angles must be equal.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, I know that one and that
Yeah.
one are both 18 degrees.
Right.
And I know that one's
Right.
162 because that one's 18.
Right.
So would that be 162?
Exactly, because they're vertical angles, and they must be equal.
right.
Remember, there are when you intersect lines, there are two sets of vertical angles.
Is this right?
No. Okay.
I don't understand how it is.
Yeah, just check your arithmetic. I lost my pencil. Okay, you know this is 18, so this is 18, right? If this is 18, 5 and 6 are a straight angle. What must they add up to? They're supplementary.
180.
Okay, so 180 minus the 18 you already have gives you 162.
Oh, okay.
And if this is 162, then this must also be what?
162.
Very good.
How would you do this one?
Okay, number 9 is 63, number 11 is 63. Same way.
Okay.
Okay, if 9 is 63, 10 must be 180 minus 63.
Oh, okay.
And then 12 would be the same as 10.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
So number 10 would be... Oh, all right.
10 would have to be 117,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mr.
I understand how to do all of this, but I'm not sure what they're asking on number 37.
Okay.
Angle.
It says that there is an angle that has exactly the same measure as its supplement.
So it's
Think
like
about
the
that.
one before.
Think about it. Just think a minute. You have two angles that are supplementary, which add up to what? 180. And they're both the same.
So the 90-degree angle.
There you go.
What are the letters?
Don't worry about the letters. That's just identifying points. Remember, these are lines. This is line HJ. It's not asking you anything about the lines, just about the angles. Okay? Okay. You have 136 here, 14. What must 16 be equal to? They're vertical angles. Vertical angles are always equal. And 14 and 15 must add up to 180. Right? They're all the same. These are supplementary. They must add up to 180. These are equal. Yep. This is... You sure about that? That means one angle is 60, and the supplement then would be 120, which is not the same measure. Think about it. I'll help you with 36. Yes, that's right. Think about, on 37 and 38, you must really give these problems a little bit of thought. But don't give up on them.
Right inclusion that represents a sentence, the product.
Think about it. What does product mean? Sum means... Sum... Let's go over some definitions. Sum means to do what? If I said find the sum. If I say find the difference, what does the word product tell you to do? Product is a multiplication problem.
Wouldn't you add both of those?
Well, no, you would add this and this.
But if it's
And it's
all,
got to add up to 180.
but if it's all one big angle, wouldn't you add both of them?
If you add up all four, you should get 360.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, the total should be 360, and your arithmetic is off a little bit here.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go over them in a few minutes. No. It says an angle has the same measure as its supplement. That means the two of them, the two angles add up to how much? And each one is exactly the same. Think about it. What are two angles that are exactly the same that add up to 180?
Is it 160?
Yes.
How come you told me it was
That's what I had.
You had.
That's what I had the first time you said it was wrong.
No.
I thought you had 62. No, you had an 8 at the end. There was an 8 there someplace. 178 or something like that. Okay, do you have the attendance? Did you bubble it? What do you mean, which is angle QRS? Yes, somebody came in first period and got them. Thanks. I don't want to give it away. It's got to be. Think about it. Look at problem 37. Two angles are supplementary. Therefore, they must add up to 180 degrees, but they are equal. So let's call one QRS and the other one SRT. Each one of them's got to be a 90-degree angle. That's the only way. Do you have a question, Mike? You got it. Okay. No. Yes. This is S cannot be over there. QRS. R must be the vertex. R must be the vertex. I just made that up. It just says as its supplement. I call the supplement SRT. I just added the next logical letter. Right? Where is he going? Take the wooden pass. Okay. Has anyone... You got a question, Carrie? All right. Shh. Okay, Ho, you can put your cereal box away right now. I know everybody's got that project.
Yeah, Ho, put your cereal box.
Has anyone come up, knowing that the product means multiplication, has anyone come up with the answer to number 38?
What? Yeah.
What did you get, Danielle? Shh. Nah. No, 38. It says write an equation that represents the sentence, the product of 12 and a number is 192.
18.
12 and the number K. 12K is 192. Excellent.
Wow. That's it?
That's it. 12. Doesn't it say the product of 12 and the number K is 192? Remember, a math equation is just a sentence written with symbols. How many people need a few more minutes on this worksheet?
I don't get number 37.
37 is 90 degrees.
37 is two 90-degree angles.
Cool.
An angle and its supplement are the same. They must add up to 180, and they're the same. So what is the measure of the angle? The measure of the angle has to be 90 degrees. Right?
Negative 34. Oh, 28. Sorry, yeah.
You can do those last two.
Which one? Those
39 and 40.
Complementary. That's 7.
Okay, you need to measure these. Good. Oh, got time to go over the worksheet from Friday.
44? No.
All right, how many people need a couple extra minutes on this? Carrie, question? 39? I know we did integers a couple months ago, but come on.
Negative 54.
That's what I got.
A negative? Shh. Oh, no. Time out. This, I'll answer as soon as everybody's listening. You got confused when I went from addition to multiplication. A negative plus a negative must be negative. A negative times a negative is positive. But if I take 26 steps backwards and then I take another 28 steps backwards, I'm not going to wind up going forwards, am I? No. Danielle. That's correct. The complement of an 83-degree angle must be 7. All right. The worksheet we did on Friday after the quiz. We can go over that too today. You didn't get one, Pat? After the quiz Friday, you didn't pick one up? No, but a lot of people did, which is why I ran out of copies. This was only supposed to be a class set. Number 40 should be 7 degrees, right? You weren't here Friday?
What are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I am going to review everything on angles. And you're going to have a quiz on Friday, which will be on complementary, supplementary, vertical, all of the stuff that we did today. Okay? All right, on Friday, after the quiz, I asked you to pick up worksheets exercises 15 and 35. They should be on a separate sheet of paper, except for the couple of people I just gave a copy to. Let's take a look at them. After the quiz on Friday.
I did it.
Well, I was in that horrible class, so
Things have improved, haven't they, Merrill? You should have a separate sheet of paper with your answers on it, yeah. There was only a class set of these, although some people did walk off with them.
Is that it? Yeah, I really got finished.
All right. Exercise 15 asked you, what was the angle that First Street makes with Main Street? It was a 45-degree angle. What is the angle that the property line between the two lots? And the property line, you had the two lots, A and B. Here's Main. Here's First. I haven't drawn it exact, but what was the property line, the angle that the property line made with First Street? Now, some of you may have measured the acute angle. Some of you may also have measured the obtuse angle. What did you get for that angle? Okay, so you measured the obtuse angle, okay, which came out to, actually, let's round it off because I think it was supposed to be drawn as an isosceles triangle. Okay, so we'll round this off to 135. We've got 45 here. This also should have been a 45-degree angle in here, give or take a degree or two.
So,
What is the angle that the property line between the two lots makes with Main Street? That was handed to you. Right, Lindsay? That should have been 90 degrees, right? Could you suggest a more equal way? If I had a piece of property triangular like this, is this an even way to divide it? If I take the midpoint here to the midpoint here, is that giving two equal sized lots? Joey, how would you divide it up to make it equal?
From the middle of First Street
From the middle of First Street
down to the corner of the
down to the corner over here. Now my drawing is not exactly accurate, but that would give you two equal pieces of property out of the same triangle. All right, on exercise 35. How many of you were able to measure those angles and come up very close to 720 degrees? Within, say, 5. That's all? Only a couple of you? How many? Carrie, how far off were you when you ended them up? Okay. It's a 6-sided piece of property. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 sides. The sum of the angles should be 720 degrees. What did you get as a total, John?
72.
Only 172. Only 72 degrees for the 6 angles? You probably.
718.
Oh, 718. That's pretty darn close. Within 5 degrees. How many people got 720? Within 5 degrees. Okay. 720 exactly. You were accurate with your protractor. If I move that bottom angle, started out like this. Let me see if I can recreate it here for you. One was here, then the line came down here, then went back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about what it looked like. This was B, A, F, E, D, and C. If I took this angle and moved it down here and made it across this way, move D down here, should that change the total of my angles?
No.
It should not. Why? I still have how many angles, Joey? I still have 6 angles. There is a formula, and we're going to go through this after spring break, but I'm going to give you a hint right now. If I take the number of sides and I subtract 2, and I multiply that number times 180 degrees, that will tell me how many degrees these add up to. How many sides in this figure? How many sides in this figure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Number of sides, subtract 2. Gives me what? 4. What is 4 times 180 degrees?
700.
It should be 720, right? How many degrees should there be in a 5-sided figure? A pentagon.
5,
Take the formula. Number of sides is 5. You don't have to do it in your head. You got pencil and paper. Number of sides is 5. Subtract 2 and multiply it by 180 degrees. 540 degrees. All 5-sided figures contain 540 degrees. Triangle has how many sides?
3.
Take away 2 is 1. 1 times 180. A triangle contains 80 degrees. 180 degrees. Thank you, Liz. A square, 4 sides, or a rectangle, subtract 2 is 2, times 180, 360 degrees. You can always figure out the total number of degrees in a figure by taking the number of sides, subtracting 2, and multiplying by 180. Okay? How many degrees in a triangle? 180. What is an equilateral triangle? Equal on all sides. If an equilateral triangle is equal on all sides, how many degrees are in each angle of an equilateral triangle? Carlos? 60. It's got to be 60, 60, and 60. What is an isosceles triangle? This is what we're going to do tomorrow, but we're getting a head start on it. Joey? 2 angles are the same, and 2 sides are both the same. An isosceles triangle has 2 equal sides, therefore 2 equal angles. What is a scalene triangle? Who remembers the word scalene? Crystal?
The triangle doesn't have any of the sides.
None of the sides are equal, right? Tomorrow we're going to go over triangles. Friday, tomorrow I will introduce triangles. We're going to review for the quiz. Your quiz on Friday will contain complementary angles, supplementary angles, vertical angles, and that's about it. Next week we're going to finish this unit. I want to finish the unit. Let me finish, and then you can ask or tell me who's going on vacation early or what. Next week, I want to finish the unit because I don't want to continue the unit past spring break. The unit test next week will be on Thursday because I'm afraid some of you may be leaving early for vacation and will not be here on Friday. So if you're not here on Thursday, we'll have to give you a makeup when you come back. I can't give it any earlier. Okay, Veronica.
But if you're going to stay in tomorrow, what about the people that are going to knots? Yeah. You're going to stay in
I am not going to go into any great detail. I just basically explained to you what's going on with triangles. Scalene, equilateral, isosceles. Just an introduction. The thing you'll miss the most if you're going to knots tomorrow is this review, which I've already pretty much given you today. Okay? Claudia, 2 supplementary angles add up to how many degrees? Supplementary. 180. How can you remember supplementary and complementary and what they add up to? Veronica?
because supplementary S comes after that before C.
C comes before S in the alphabet. 90 comes before 180 in numbers. Complementary 90, supplementary 180. What can you tell me about vertical angles? Eric?
They're 180.
Vertical angles do not necessarily have to be 180. Vertical angles must be, say it, John, equal. Vertical angles are equal. They must be equal. What is a straight angle?
180.
A right angle.
90.
An acute angle.
Less than 90.
Less than 90, greater than 0. Straight angle. 180. Reflex angle.
More than 180.
More than 180. How is that possible?
It's a circle.
If you measure around the opposite way. I can measure this angle 2 ways. I can measure the inside, which would be obtuse, or I can measure it around the outside. That would make this a reflex angle, greater than 180 degrees. Okay, Alba, you had a comment or a question you wanted to make before? It was the same way. Okay, how many people are going to Knott's tomorrow? Oh, gosh, I'm going to have a day off. Congratulations. Proud of you. The Knott's Berry Farm trip for all, 5 O's or 6 O's? No, Meryl, I didn't. And you're going? I'm the only one that didn't give you an O?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. All right, we've got about 4 minutes to the bell. If you need to finish up any of this, ask me any questions. Did you get everything you need from it, Danielle? Yeah. Okay, you getting this? Yeah. Let me see. Let me see your worksheet. Okay, you got these. Good. Okay. Product means multiplication. K is a variable, remember? The product of 12 and a number, that's multiplication, is 192. And a negative plus a negative has to be negative, so this is negative 54. Okay? You can stay in your seat till the bell rings. All done with this, Pat? No. The quiz Friday will cover no more than we've done. There will be no new information tomorrow for the quiz on Friday. Okay? The next worksheet will not be until Friday after the quiz, and it's going to be on triangles. Carrie.
Hey, when is screen testing?
Tomorrow. Yeah, I'll answer all questions tomorrow on angles. I will make sure you understand them. So if you understand them, are you going to knots? But you're not going. Your choice. What school did you come from, Carlos? Inland, right? So you had pretty much all of this before you transferred. Were you an A student in math before you got here? Were you? Seems to be. Excuse me, Meryl. Why can't you hand her back her cereal box? This isn't sixth period. It flies so nice, really nice. I think we have an announcement coming.
There is an informational meeting today during nutrition in the Lyceum for all freshmen interested in joining the Business Academy next year.
It's not you. Freshman. You want to start your high school career over again?
Interested in joining the Business Academy, please be online. Thank you.
Okay, you've got about half a minute. If you'd like to line up by the door, you may. Thank you, Jamie. You too. It's going to be nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye.
We have to think all the good people are going to be gone.
That's true. I'm left with the people that don't get the O's. Okay, and so's Carrie. So I'll have a couple.